All right. Well, I thought I said one more. I used to work at a state fair when I was in high school, Sacramento. All right, there's still a few more out there. Probably one more after this, and let's not hold on to that one either. I'm doing smaller loads and taking my time. But we're gonna segue into something else. Because, you know, the reflection, and went to my niece's graduation a few weeks ago. And there's this phenomenon, happens at rock concerts too, of sometimes you get to a rock concert early, or a sporting event or something, and you're tailgating, and you can feel like a vibrance in the air. You know, anticipating, there's just a mob of people, you know, crowd of people anticipating something good happening. You know, whatever the event might be, sporting or music or whatever it is. And it's real nice to be in a parking lot and, you know, all the way up to finding your seats and all that stuff. And then, you know, same thing, you go to graduation or whatever, graduation ceremony. And then, you ever go to a concert? One time I got left at a concert with a few of my buddies in Inglewood when GNR and Skid Row played in '91. It was a real great concert for me because GNR was late releasing their albums. And I knew the songs because Pirate Radio, was a station called Pirate Radio back then. Pretty sure it was Pirate Radio. That gave the songs for free in advance before they were, you know, given to the warehouse and whatever music stores were around back then. And not the whole album, but some of the more important ones like November Rain and Estranged and Locomotive and some of the longer songs. And I got familiar with them before the concert. And you know, I knew the music, I knew the words, it was real nice. But one of our buddies left us there. He left us there. Got a little too drunk or whatever and just left us there. And he pretends that he stayed around and waited for us, but we were there till no cars were left. Then we started walking home. Eventually, my roommate Joey picked us up. There was a dog named Spit and all, and you know, we don't have to go on tangents about the whole evening or whatever, but the point being that when everyone's gone from a concert or graduation and all, there's this deadness. It goes, it's the opposite of what's in a, you know, parking lot before the event. It's this, it's like something's gone, you know, it's like, hey, move on, go home, right? And you feel it, then you go home, right? You know, you see people just straggling out, or whatever. But, ever since, you know, a couple days ago when I got the unofficial transcripts from my school and saw one of the grades changed from an incomplete, then it became an F over time, and I argued that I did what was required and agreed on, became a B or whatever. However that worked, man. I was bitter for a long time. I thought I was cheated and mildly paranoid that, you know, felt great at that school, and I started thinking, okay, maybe there's something sinister behind the scenes, maybe with the board of trustees or directors, or I don't know what the fuck was going on, but for many years I wondered about it. And I feel better now, you know, that grade was changed to what I think it should have been, at least in the ballpark. But this place, like I mentioned, this is going to be like a Gunk series, I think. This land here was emergency. This was an emergency place to be. Ideally, the pizza store that was an investment got off the ground, and you know, March Air Force Base would have been able to stay open, and I think it's partially open, I'm not sure. But the pizza store was in Moreno Valley, and it affected the economy out there and which thing. Ideally, you know, life would have been a little different. life could have been worse, it could have been better, it doesn't matter now. But I'm starting to feel that. I remember being at this place as like a small kid, you know. I had this horse named Little King. It was my horse, but my dad sold it to a cross-street neighbors because I was living with my mom in San Bernardino, and you know, the horse had no one to take care of it. I don't know if my dad was trying to entice me to live out here sooner than I wound up living out here or whatever. But this place had lumber, you know, a lot more lumber than, you know, what's over here on the wall. Over here you see some lumber. You know, he was an electrician, and there's piles of lumber out there. You know, none of them piles of lumber, and a lot more, you know, a lot more construction site equipment and all. And that's the way it is. Then you know, as an emergency, my second year in Claremont Colleges had a little trailer parked right there, and you know, studied and it was quiet and played guitar and all. But you know, finishing the errand right here, and I'm starting to feel that same thing though. That the event, you know, I know a concert's only one day, and the event here was supposed to be, you know, during the mid to late 90s. You know, I stay on some land, so I don't have to pay for a rent. I paid 1 semester rent, by the way, in South Claremont. But hey, why waste, you know, $1,000 or whatever it is, $300 a month times 4 months, that's $1,200. Hey, you know, why waste that if you don't have to, especially every semester? You know, unless you just, you know, want the social life and all. But yeah, it's been fun. I know, you know, I said earlier, but I might miss this place a little bit. I might miss this fucking place. We'll see how it goes.
Say hi, Papa.
Hi, Papa.
Hi.
Did you say
Huh? Take more? Hi. Say hi, Mommy.
Hey, Mia. Oh gosh, listen. Oh yeah. Hey, Bob. Hey, how you doing? See you, Eddie. Your dad gonna be here?
He has another grad. Okay, all right there. Came on 8 minutes. Sat there for a little while, listened to some bird songs. That's the bird singing and stuff. Sun's back behind clouds. You know, you'll not be able to see it when it turns black and white, but it looks pretty nice otherwise. Seen the rays make their way through the little creeks. But I can keep this one less than 2 minutes, actually. And just mention what the rest of this gunk is probably going to be, because I'm prepping myself to put on the computer. My niece had a graduation. There was a party before that. I have excess video, basically, of stuff I've been involved with, or, you know, little freaky things that happened here or there that they just weren't strong enough on their own. Not that the other things, as far as what I get views with, you know, seem to be at times. But we're gonna go ahead and close this little part off. But anything after this right now, you might see graduation pieces. You might see. One time there was this helicopter. For some reason, it was just wigging me out. It was just staying out here, and I fucking filmed that. And you know, just little things like that. Besides, fucking might have guitar footage. Not really sure what I have, but that's the rest of the gunk.